Hey, it's the Ultimate Handyman. Today I'm going to show you how to replace an existing interior door that might be outdated and you want to freshen it up by using a more modern look. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And if you have a door that's broken or you might have fallen into it or punched a hole through it, this is a video for you as well. So the first thing you're going to need is a new slab door. You can pick these up at any of the big box stores. They have lots of different styles to choose from. So step one, take your new door and set it on some sawhorses. Then take the old door and set that on top of the new door. Now we're going to check to see if our door handle locations line up with each other. Now if you have a modern door, they're going to probably be in the same spot, but I actually had an older door style and the door handle was a lot higher, so mine didn't line up. But if yours line up, you want to make sure that those door handle holes are perfectly even with each other. Next thing we're going to do is check to make sure that the latch side of the doors are even with each other. So just run your hand down it, kind of eyeball it, make sure they're flush. So if your door handle locations are different like mine, just make sure that the latch side of both doors are flush with each other, and then make sure the top of the door is flush as well. Then we're going to take a pencil and we're going to mark the excess from the new door that needs to get cut off. So I've got about just under 1/4 of an inch to remove from the hinge side and about 1/8 of an inch to remove from the bottom of the door. So to cut the door, I'm going to be using a cordless skill saw. I put a fine tooth finish blade on it so I get a nice clean cut, and I'm just going to freehand this down the door. Now if you're not comfortable freehanding it, you can also put a 2x4 across the door or some kind of a level or straight edge to use as a guide while you're cutting. So I noticed on a few of the doors I previously installed that they weren't quite fitting and I had to go back and trim. So I like to take a little bit extra off the side I cut with a planer. I'm just taking about 1/16 of an inch. And then I'm going to take a sander and clean up the edge just to make everything nice and smooth. I would like to mention if your door doesn't fit when you install it, you can take it back out and trim some more off the hinge side if needed. So now it's time to cut the hinge slots. We want to make sure that the top of the old door and the new door are lined up. Then we're going to take a square and a pencil and we're going to set the square up against the old door, and we're going to just follow that line down where the edge of the hinge would go, and then we're going to mark the other side as well. And repeat this step for however many hinges you have on your door. So now it's time to cut out our slots for hinges. I'm using this Ryobi jig tool. It comes with a router bit as well in the kit, and super simple, super easy tool to use. It has a bunch of different settings for different size hinges, and it also comes with some parts to make different size radiuses for the hinge. Mine is a 1/4 inch radius, and all you have to do is line up the 2 pencil marks in between the jig and clamp it down. So the next thing we're going to need to do is take our router bit that came in the jig kit and install it on our router. You can buy a router at any of the big box stores or even Harbor Freight if you don't want to spend a lot of money. We're going to take that and we're going to check the depth using our depth gauge. This tool that I have has 2 different depths, so follow the instructions on your tool to get the right depth that you need. Then all we need to do is fire up our router and cut out our slots. So now it's time to install the hinges. I recommend taking the pin out of the hinge and install one side of the hinge on the frame and one side on the door, and then sliding them together and then just knocking the pin in. That's the easiest way to put the door back on. So now I want to test to see if the door opens and closes properly. This door I'm working on worked perfect the first time. I'm checking to see if the door has the same reveal on all sides. This door is actually pretty good. I didn't have to do a lot of adjusting. If you do have to adjust the door at the top, you can take a large deck screw and you want to pre-drill a hole through the top of the door frame. Then you can sink a large screw in there, and that will actually suck that door frame up a little bit just to get that nice even line at the top of the door. You want to have the same kind of gap around all sides of the doors. And once I fill that little gap with caulking, you'll never know that I did any of that to the door. This door I had to actually put a shim in the center to bring that center down. The center was kind of bowed up. And if your door doesn't fit and it rubs on the sides, you can take it off of the hinges again, and you can plane down the hinge side and then recut your slots for your hinges. So here's what our old outdated doors look like, and here is our new door installed. We added some new casing to the door just to give it a more modern look, and these doors really changed the look of this house and made it look brand new again. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I want to wish you all luck with your next door project, and let me know how it goes. Thanks again. If you want to see more of my how-to videos, you can check them out right here.